Yo, what's good, man? This is your boy at DFSMasterMind _ over on Twitter. Thank you for clicking on the video. Today's date is September the 2nd. Man, we officially we're in the NFL season, man, starting Thursday. I'm really excited. Hope y'all are too. I'm going to put this video out to kind of just talk about my strategy, things that I do in season long and in DFS, man, for football. Hopefully I can help people if you're new at DFS, NFL, or season long. Hopefully this can be a very helpful video. And even if you're seasoned, man, it never hurts to hear other people's opinion. I think that's the best way to learn, is by just soaking up knowledge of the game, man. So I'm gonna put my pieces out there, man, things that I think. It shouldn't be anything unheard of, man. I'm sure you can find this type of video plenty of other places, but if you're watching this one, hopefully it really hits you and impacts you, and allow you to be a better DFS player, man. And I don't have my notes in front of me, so I'm gonna just kind of go off the top, man. But starting off with DFS, man, if you're new to NFL DFS, it is a monster, man. It is a beast. This is where the big dogs come out in NFL, man. So if you're playing DFS and you want to like be profitable, I got a few tips, man. Number one is gonna be stay away from the sucker tournaments, man. And what I mean by that, I shouldn't say stay away, but don't play the majority of your bankroll in these huge tournaments, man, like the Millie Maker or the $4 you can win 100K. Kind of you can put a few lineups in there, man, but please do not put the majority of your bankroll in there, man, because it's really hard to get a dub in that. There's so many people out there, man. We have sharks out there who only play football, man. So it is gonna be very hard to get to that green line consistently all year if you're putting most of your money in there. So I recommend, man, the same thing I recommend in NFL and MLB. Find these single entry tournaments. Find the three max entry tournaments or the 5 max entry. Play around in those, man. Do some leagues like 100-man leagues, top 12 win. Those are very profitable, man, and your chances of winning are a lot higher in those type of tournaments, man. Because I'm telling you, if you're new to it, especially, just do yourself a favor, man, and just please start off in those. Now I do put a few I shoot a few bullets, in those big tournaments, but I'm not gonna waste my clip, meaning my bankroll, in these huge tournaments, because it's just so many bodies in there, man. It's hard. You have to have a legit, damn near perfect lineup to get to the green line, man. So that's gonna be tip number one. Tip number two is going to be finding correlation. I did it out of order, but finding correlation. And what I mean by that, like stacking, man. I feel like you almost have to stack. And when it comes to football, now there are rare cases, man, where you can pick a quarterback, man. He not throw to any of your receivers, and he has a great game. But just imagine the amount of points you would have had if you had a receiver from that game, like one of his touchdown targets. It is a very simple trick to double your points, man. It is beautiful. That is a huge thing, man. One thing I like to do too, I think a lot of people sleep on it because I don't know why, man, but most people just do the wide receiver, quarterback, tight end. I like to do quarterback, running back on several occasions, man. And my thinking behind that is this simple. If the offense has a good matchup, and my quarterback is not scoring, then it's chances are. Yo, that's weird, man. They cut my video off, man. My phone just stopped recording. But I'm gonna pick up where I left off. I was talking about correlation, man, and how the norm is wide receiver to quarterback or quarterback tight end. I was telling y'all about how I like to do quarterback, running back. A lot of people see it as, you know, if the running back is scoring, he's going to take points from the quarterback. I see it like this. If I have an offense with an excellent matchup, man, like a really good matchup, I'm digging it, I'm high on this offense, I'm going to take a quarterback and that running back, and I may even throw in a receiver too, a three-man stack. The way I look at it, if the offense is supposed to score a lot of points, I'm pretty sure like 80% of the time, probably more than that, if the quarterback's not scoring, it's going to be the running back. I mean, of course you have like, you know, times where the fullback score, or like a end around to the wide out. Some, you know, it's NFL, man, so crazy things happen. But my thinking in that, dude, I'm guaranteeing myself points regardless. So if I'm really digging the offense, I will do it quick as possible, man. Quick as can be. That's actually my favorite stack. I love doing that, man. Especially if you have a pass catching back who can catch touchdown passes. That's a beautiful thing when it works out like that. And yeah, man, I don't see it as stealing points, man. I see it as me getting guaranteed points. So that's my favorite stack. But regardless, if you want to just do the quarterback to wide receiver, like that, you got to have some correlation somewhere, man. Like, you don't want to have too many loosies, too many one-offs everywhere, because what I try to do, I try to limit myself, man. If I can guess a few things right on the NFL slate, and I put my chips, you know, in a few small bags, that's a lot better than, oh man, I need the Panthers to go off, and I need Jonathan Stewart to get 2 touchdowns. Then I need Antonio Brown to give me 2, and then I need like, you know what I'm saying, like, and then I need Blake Bortles to throw 3 touchdowns. Like, rather than it being all random, if I know I have a solid foundation on why I like an offense or a few offenses, and I like narrow it down to those players, man, I think that is a big help. So I always preach correlation. I think that is a biggie. Last thing I wanted to talk about for DFS is going to be matchups, man. It's just going to be homework, man. I don't care what sport you play. You have to be up on your homework. You have to be knowledgeable about the game, man, so we can build better lineups. Because at the end of the day, that's the goal, man, building good lineups. So if we do our homework and we know, like, stats that can help you build a good lineup, not necessarily... because there's such thing as useful stats, and then it's just stats, man. Like David Johnson was good last year. Okay, we all know that. That's not a reason to pick him every week. Or Julio is a good receiver. That's not really he had 1,400 yards. That's not really a good reason to pick him. You want to key in on stats that can help you, man. And what I mean by that, targets, man, and matchups. We have to really focus on that, man. If we know that the Saints secondary is boo-boo, or the Packers secondary is boo-boo, buns, that's a chance, or that's a week where we can take a chance on a Julio. If we know that the Colts offensive line is terrible, and they're playing against the Seahawks, who have a pretty decent or great defense in general. We know that we can get some sacks, man. We have plenty of opportunity to force turnovers, to get sacks, and those points build up. If we know that the Titans offensive line is A1, we can look at DeMarco Murray, man, on weeks where he's not playing a top-notch run defense. Useful stats, man. That's what you really want to key in, useful stats. We want to look at targets on players. We want to look how many carries a player is getting. And we want to know, like, we just want to know teams and schemes, man. We want to know the offense, what they planning on doing, and then we want to know defenses, man, who they're going against, what they struggle with, and that is a biggie, man. So homework is always important when playing DFS, man. So that's gonna be it for my DFS segment. Hopefully that helped. But yeah, man, take those tips, man, and incorporate it to what you already know, man, and just try to, you know, become a better DFS player. I wish y'all nothing but the best, man, this year. Hopefully, man, if you watching this video, I hope you cash out like crazy this year. You got a bunch of weeks to do it, man, so be patient. Don't try to get it all in one week. And yeah, man, we should be good, man. Just stay focused, do your homework, know your bankroll management, play in smart tournaments, man. Like, real talk. I think that is the biggest DFS tip, no matter what sport, man. Play in smart tournaments, man. You don't want to just give your money away. And then, like, correlation is a biggie. Once we actually get down to making the lineup, you want to have some type of correlation going on. What else? Oh, and another part of correlation, like I was talking about that stack I like to do. I also like to pair up a defense, man, that same defense, because if my offense is supposed to be so good, they're gonna have the ball a lot, like a long time, man. So you know, that's less time for the D to be out there, and hopefully they can do their job. I like doing that. Running back and defense is a big one too.